Vitale Wealth Management with this week's Gradient Investments Market Update. All information is gathered as of November 18th, 2024. Let's get into what's going on. So, past week the S&P declined about 2.05 and is now still up 24.56% year to date. The post-election rally has subsided, but the market is still up over 2% for the quarter. The U.S. small cap, which is the Russell, fell by almost 4%, and emerging markets is down 4.44 for the week. Now, bond prices were down for the week and are now up 1.33% year to date. U.S. Treasury rates have risen substantially during the fourth quarter, and this has been a headwind to bond performance. So we're starting to see that. It was coming down, now it's going back up. Got to keep posted on that. Upcoming economic release inflation data was relatively in line with expectations, but overall inflation remains slightly elevated compared to long-term averages. One of the inflation inputs is shelter, and that data remains persistently higher than long-term averages. Investors will get more information on the housing market this week via housing starts and existing home sales. Today, we're also waiting for the NVIDIA numbers to come up, and that's one of the things that has been a headwind for the market as well. Market outlook, in our opinion, and the opinion of Gradient Investments, the recent rise in interest rates combined with commentary from Fed Governor Powell has investors reconsidering the path of future rate cuts. Expectations of a December cut were over 76% a month ago, but now have fallen to 58% probability a couple days ago. Now, interest rates can influence stock prices, of course, in many different ways. The post-election rally, in our estimation, was a reaction to a healthy economy. It's also getting support from Fed cuts and potential tax cuts as well. As the administration begins to take hold, the Fed commentary has adjusted expectations, and the market may be volatile while it tries to contemplate the unknowns. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Also, let's talk about recent activity in the ETF endowment series. It was rebalanced last week, and trades were made to eliminate convertible bonds, while a position in long-term U.S. Treasuries was added. So that's going to help, I think, over there because the ETF has been underperforming the last couple of years because of the bond market. How about stocks in the news? Home Depot, which is owned in the G50, reported results last week that beat expectations on revenue and earnings. But the CFO, Richard McPhail, said that consumers are still deferring purchases as they wait for lower mortgage rates. Also, pharmaceutical stocks, four of the pharmaceutical stocks, including Pfizer, which is owned in the G50 and Core Select, declined last week on news that Robert F. Kennedy was proposed as the pick to lead the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. So they're worried about that because he's going to kind of shake things up a little bit. But also, let's talk about this for a second. You look at what happened in the market with the new administration, the Trump bump, as they call it, because what's going to happen? What does that do? Why all the optimism? Why did the market go up 1,500 points in one day? Well, the reason is because they're looking at cutting the regulations. And anytime you cut the regulations and you reduce taxes, that's a headwind for growth. That's going to help corporate profits. And when you look at the economy, when you look at the stock market, why are people buying? Why, when the market goes up, it's because people want to get in. They're starting to buy, which causes the prices to go up. Why? Because they want to get in knowing that the market's going to go up and up and up. Now they're going to start selling if they're worried about regulations increasing or taxes increasing because they know the profits are going to go down. So they're going to sell, which is going to drive the market down. That's all part of it. So the big earnings are the big reason that the market goes up. They're also look at what happened with digital currency. Look at Bitcoin, over $90,000 now, all-time high. Why is that? Because Trump is on the side of digital currency. You're seeing it all over the world. There's a lot of regulations on it, reducing regulations. That's also could be really help the economy and as a whole, but just basically part of the portfolios. We do have a digital discovery portfolio. So what we're looking at right now, we think digital discovery is going to be a big player. We also think the G33 portfolio, which is 33 of the small mid-cap stocks, that has underperformed the last couple of years. We're expecting that to bounce back. But of course, the Core Select portfolio has been doing very, very well. We're still very bullish in that portfolio. But of course, we have to also make sure that you're all properly allocated. It's okay to get in the market. Let's see, I think it's still going to go up. We're very optimistic on where the market is going. But we also want to make sure that we take care of income first and make sure we're properly allocated. Any questions, give us a call. Thank you so much for being part of the Vitale Wealth Management family. You can always reach us at 855-756-5700 or at vitalewealth.com. Make sure you have any friends or family wanting to retire, wanting to know if they can do it. Please reach out. We'd love to help them. God bless you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, but we'll see you next week, God willing, right beforehand. Take care.